Okay, so there are two types of clients that I mostly work with, right? Number one is coaches and consultants who are already running a successful one-on-one consulting or coaching practice, and they are planning to add online offers to their existing business, right, to scale their impact and income. And number two are coaches and consultants who have already launched online offers, but they're struggling to scale these offers. They're struggling with sales. And in both cases, my step number one is to refer to these 7 key building blocks. So I always go with my clients through these 7 key building blocks so that I can help them launch successfully, or I can help them scale their struggling business. Now in this short video, I'm going to take you through how I see these 7 key building blocks so that you also have maximum chances of success with your launch or scaling your online coaching business. Alright, so the most important and number one key building block to successfully launch or scale your online coaching business is your mindset. Now, what you need to understand before adding online offers to your business or you start scaling your online business is that you have to see it as something that you'll continuously improve rather than something that you launch, you'll make $1 million and you'll keep making $1 million. Now that's not the right mindset. You will make $1 million, but first you need to make $8, then you make $10, then you make $100, then you make $1,000, $10,000. So it's a continuous improvement, right? If you come into this online coaching business, it could be online courses, it could be group coaching programs, memberships, and you expect instant rewards, and you're completely relying on those rewards for your business to be successful. Then that's not the right mindset, because you will end up, because here's the thing, guys, right? When you start your online business for your coaching or consulting practice, such as online courses, group memberships, or anything, it is a new business. So you need to spend time and resources, energy and money to help it grow. It's not going to happen instantly. So that's crucial. And that is why it is the number one key thing that I always focus on with my clients or anybody I talk to, that you need to have the right winning mindset. What you need to understand with this is that, you're going to run an experiment. Let's say you launch an offer, and you'll see what happens at that launch. Then you'll tweak different variables like traffic or your branding or different things. You'll do the same thing again till you become successful. I see a lot of people who launch something like an online offer, it doesn't work out as they expected, and they just give up. They're just like, all right, this is not for me, I'm just going to do something else. But what you are missing out by doing this is the enormous opportunity that online business gives you, coaching and consulting practice. With your online business, you have an opportunity to reach global audience. You can exponentially grow your impact and revenue. So I would highly encourage you to come into this game with the right mindset, where you're aiming for continuous improvement, and it will work. Another key thing I'll emphasize here is that, let's say you're a coach or a consultant, if you're running one-on-one consulting practice, and if that practice, you're struggling with making that practice work, and you think that you'll add an online component and suddenly you'll be like sitting on millions of dollars, that's not the right mindset either. You need to have a good working one-on-one coaching consulting practice. If you don't, then you need to figure out why that's not working, because you need to have a reputation for bringing people results. As long as you have that, like that is the key thing. As long as you have people who can vouch for your expertise, then it's a good time to get into online business, adding online offers to your coaching consulting business. But if you're in a stage where you're still figuring out coaching consulting business, and you just started and you haven't delivered results to many people, then it'll be a bit tricky to scale. So then come with the right mindset into online coaching business, right? Come with a mindset that, well, you're going to launch an online course with a goal of establishing authority in this new market that you're entering. And that's a great target, because you will realize that once you launch a course, people will start, it's not more than sales, you'll be focusing on building authority. Once you have that, you'll sell your course, you'll sell your one-on-one coaching practice at the back of that course, and it'll work amazing, right? So and you'll get incredible results. So those are the key things that I focus on when it comes to winning mindset. So the next thing is personal branding, and you'll see a keyword here, magnetic personal branding, and that's number 2. So my key, so that's the second most important building block in your online coaching business. And that is because if you don't have a brand, a personal brand tailored to your ideal customer, your messaging will be off. You might be putting out a lot of social posts, you might put out your offer, but you'll struggle scaling your business because you're not resonating with your ideal customer. And a lot of times when I work with people, when they think of personal branding, they think of visual branding, and that's just a tiny part. What makes this visual brand work is all the background strategy work that you do, your brand messaging, your brand values, your brand story, right? So once you have those components nailed, then only you can have a great visual brand that speaks to your ideal customers. And this is, to be frank, this is something that I myself struggled with at times. So I spent last 6 months just researching the hell out of personal branding, and the way I learn is by doing things. So I created this onlinecoachingverse.com, the entire brand, and I created a guide, a brand guide of 33 pages that I have turned into a template that I give to my clients when I work with them. And what I realized in this exercise is how crucial it is. And the best part is that once I had my brand messaging, values, and other components set of my brand strategy, building the visual side of the brand costed me only $1,500 US. So that includes my logo, my assets, my visual assets. I used to have testimonials, the case studies, as simple Zoom videos. I turned them into really fun and snappy videos because my brand is, when I work with people, fun is a very important component for me. Like if you're not having fun, you shouldn't do anything. So that is really key, and I'll highly encourage you to look at your personal branding and see if it resonates with your ideal customer. A lot of people focus on themselves, that they just blast themselves on the website and they colors that they like, but they're not focusing on what their ideal customer is and what are their preferences, right? So magnetic personal branding, super key, especially these days because there's a lot of AI everywhere and stuff. So you need to have a human element to your branding so that people resonate with your brand and they say, you know what, I want to work with this brand because of this person. It's super key. Okay, so moving on from personal branding, if you have the right personal branding, then content will never be your problem, by the way, because once you do the work in your branding, your brand messaging, your values, your words you use in your brand messaging, creating content is a breeze, right? And one thing that I'm really focusing on with all my clients and everybody I work with now is our AI tools, right? Like if you're not using AI tools to create content at speed, then you are working at 50% capacity, because the more content you release, the more you'll know what resonates with your ideal customer, and you can double down on those pieces of content. So number 3 key building block for me is AI Supercharged Content Machine. You have to leverage the extra superpowers AI tools give you. Now, I'm not saying that you just ask a question, it dumps generic response and you just put that out. No, I mean, like what I do a lot of times is I shoot these YouTube videos, I get the transcript, run those transcripts through AI tools so that I get personalized responses. They are in my tone, in my language, because I'm feeding my transcript, right? So there are a lot of ways I'm using it. That's one way. And when I work with people, they get access to, they can look over my shoulder and see how I use it. I have literally AI tools open 24/7. As long as I'm working, they're always open on one monitor and I'm always using them. I'm literally chatting to AI tools. So that's number 3, super important, because content is super important, right? Now the third thing is traffic. Fourth key building block is your traffic. Now this is this is super key. Most of the times when people come to me and they say I'm not getting any sales or I'm not able to scale my business, it's usually traffic, because they've spent a lot of time on building a website and a sales page and conversion funnel and all those things. But when I ask them how many people landed on your page last week, do you know this metric? They don't have a clue. So until and unless you know that metric, you can't do anything, because it's like, think of it like this: you have a physical store selling some goods, right? Now, if you sit there all day and there's no one visiting your shop, well, you can't call your business a failure. It's your marketing that's failing you, because there's no one coming into your business to look at your products. Now, once you have a lot of people visiting your shop, looking at your products, and if they're not buying it, then you can start assessing, well, maybe my packaging is not right, it's not appealing to my audience, or maybe my product is not the right fit for the people who are walking in. A lot of assessments you can do. So traffic is the key. You need to have this key metric you need to be able to answer this key metric anytime. How many people landed on my website? How many of them from those people landed on my sales page? And how many of them bought it? Okay, now, fifth key metric. Now, fifth key metric here is partnerships. So a lot of times when people launch their online offers, they might not have traffic. Like, I have clients like Shelly, she had a list of 2,000 people when I was working with her, right? When we did her launch of her online course business. And it was a well-nurtured list, and she made 10,000 in day one, and by the next end of 5 days, she made $50,000. Now, let's say you don't have that list. You have always been busy serving your clients one-on-one, and you never had the time to set up a CRM, and it's all scattered, and you don't have a list. Like, hypothetical scenario. Well, in that case, you can form partnerships with other people who are offering their services to your ideal customer, but they are not competing with you. And what you need to do for that is you need to have systems in place so that you can make it really easy for them to share your offers with their audience, and it should be really easy for you to attribute a sale to them so that you can reward them in kind or in cash, whatever works. Like, the way I see this game is, word of mouth is the most amazing form of marketing, right? So if you form a partnership with someone and they have a base of 2,000 people, and they blast your offer in front of their audience and vouch for you, then you need to share some revenue return with them, because they literally saved you a lot of agony, pain, and experimentation in your marketing efforts, right? So partnerships are super crucial. If you want to continuously keep growing your business, you need to start forming partnerships from day one. So number 6, the one after this, is digital offers, right? So you'll see how in my key building blocks, it's very late when the digital offers appear. It's because the things that come before this are super crucial. Like, they are like your branding, your personal brand, your winning mindset, your personal brand, content machine, traffic, partnerships. If you have these in place, it doesn't matter actually. If you have a good sales page, you might have an offer in a Google Drive or Google Doc or anything, it'll work. If you don't have these things in place before you set up an offer, it's not going to succeed. So that is why digital offer is so late in this key building blocks list, right? And once you create an offer, it's very important to stagger your offers so that when people come into your business, they work with you, they had a great result, and they might want to work more with you. They might want to find more ways to work with you in closer relationship. So you need to have offers which are like a value ladder laid out in a way so they can ascend, and they can start with a small offer, then they can buy a bigger offer and a bigger offer and bigger offer. So that's where digital offers come into play, right? And the next one after this, so let's say you have all of these things and you have a lot of people coming to your offers. So the only most important key after this is your conversions, right? So you need to continuously measure your conversions. So how many people are landing on your offers and how many of them are converting? Or I'll give you an example, right? An example would be, let's say you're starting an online offer, You put it on your website, you do a little bit of marketing, put out some social content, and maybe your goal is to make $10,000 at launch. But then you only make $1,000. Is it a success or failure? Well, you might consider it as a failure because you want to make 10,000, you only make 1,000. But what is the reason behind this $1,000? Imagine if you investigated further and you found out that actually only 4 people landed on my landing page. My offer is $500 and only 2 of them bought it, so I made $1,000. But actually 50% of them converted, right? So all you need to do is now double down on traffic, bring more people on that page so that you make more money. And once you have these 7 key building blocks optimized, your systems and everything optimized to be able to answer any of the questions related to these 7 key building blocks, there is no way your business won't be successful, online or offline actually. But here I'm focusing on online coaching businesses in the form of online courses or group coaching programs or memberships. So hopefully you found this super useful and you get some value out of it so that you can assess your own business with wherever you are at. Maybe you're planning to launch your online course, group membership, or a group coaching program, or you already have one and you're struggling to scale it. Just look at these key points that I shared in this video, assess it yourself, right? And then identify, hey, actually my problem is traffic. No, actually I could do with partnerships. I haven't done anything with partnerships. Or maybe I need to focus on content because I'm not able to bring enough people to my offers, right? Or maybe my offers are not singing because I'm a lot of people landing on my offers. I know it, but they're not converting. So hopefully this gives you an understanding of my expectations when you are planning to get into this online coaching business. Awesome, guys. So if you love what you just saw and if you want more content like this in your inbox, then the best thing is to subscribe to our newsletter, Tactical OCOS Tactical Newsletter, right? So every Saturday I dump all my experiments into this one list, send it to you on Saturday morning, and then you can decide what is more relevant to you at that time and just spend time on that article. And if you want to work with me, then you can go to onlinecoachingos.com and check out some offers there. Awesome, guys. Have a fantastic day and good luck growing your business, and I'll catch you soon.